Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to Over and Out from a sun-soaked Beckenham. I'm Cameron Ponsonby. I'm joined for our Over and Out debut by Georgie Heath. Surrey have got a win on the board, a convincing win at that, as they've beaten Durham by 104 runs. Should we go through some numbers? Should we go through some scores? I think we should. Should we?
Yeah, why not? We love a number. We're cricket badgers. We love numbers.
I've got lots of them for you. Surrey got 348 for 6, their fourth highest ever list day score, thanks to Sophia Dunkley's top scoring of 92. Alice Capsey looking in fine form with 79. Fantastic contributions from Alice Davison-Richards, 40 not out at the end. Paige Schofield, 21 off 10. Alice Monaghan, 32 off 25. Danny White-Hodge, 34 off 37. Bryony Smith, 36 off 45. And Kira Chatley with 5 not out off 2 balls. Everyone was contributing. Everyone was in excellent form. Then with the ball, the story is all about Rhianna McDonald-Gay, who with a 3-wicket burst at the start of the innings dismissed Emma Marlowe, Susie Bates and Holly Armitage. Bang, 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 and truth be told, with such a big score on the board, that was pretty much the match sealed up with 40 overs still remaining. Georgie, before we get into the 5 questions of the day, give me some of your thoughts, your reflections, your enjoyment of your Surrey live stream. It's a live stream debut?
Oh, yeah. On debut. Waiting for my cap.
Tell me about your day.
Oh, I actually could have done with a cap. Actually, it's been it's nice having sort of brought the Australian weather with me, but it's been great because obviously Surrey not managed to bag a win yet, so I'm going to call myself the lucky charm for today.
That's true.
Yeah, and it was great for them to come back after the loss last week, which was a bit of a shock loss, sort of in the last over. It was a bit of a surprise. They're one of the teams that a lot of people sort of pinned as hopefuls for winning this early on, and when you go none from 2 at the beginning, it's a bit sort of, what's happening? But they've done really well, fought back well here in the sun. Really, really hot day to be out there wearing black. But Beckenham has delivered again, and what a pitch to bat on. I mean, I'm no star, but even I think I would have liked to bat on this today. Yeah, back yourself. But yeah, been impressed by it actually. The girls really showed up, and I like that there were sort of contributions from everyone, which was what we like to see, especially with a certain Charlotte Edwards somewhere around at one point under the tree. We're here.
I'm going to nab the microphone back off you. She stole the microphone. That's not how we do it on Over and Out. I'm really sorry. Georgie's more of a pro than me. I do accept that. So, as you mentioned, Charlotte Edwards, the new England coach, was lurking in the... I don't think she was lurking. I think she was just here watching 2 of the teams play.
I would have loved if she was in disguise, though. Sort of behind the newspaper in a trench coat, you know, the little eyes and the... Yeah.
Absolutely. And one of the players, I imagine she's down here, she's basically given her England players a task to play more domestic cricket and excel at this level. And one of those players who did that is Alice Capsey. I know Sophia Dunkley top scored with 92, but I'm going to be controversial and say I think the batter who looked the most fluent today was Capsey.
Yeah, I agree actually, especially when the 2 of them were out there at first together when their partnership was first building. Dunkley was really struggling and she was sort of a bit all over the place with her footwork. She was trying to hit everything a bit too hard, and Capsey was just showing that she could really keep rotating that strike and take on the bad ball when she needed to. She found her 50 first, and then once Dunkley hit 50, she sort of pushed on to that next gear herself and started to really hit the ball around. And yeah, it was exciting to watch. It wasn't so exciting when she wasn't fielding, so maybe we'll get an update on that at some point, but also maybe just keeping an eye on it because there's a busy summer coming up.
Absolutely something to keep an eye on. Alice Capsey did not field today. She was, I'm going to say, officially limping around the boundaries there, or maybe she just scored her runs and didn't fancy a field. I think that's the best way to enjoy your cricket. Right. The questions of the day. Number 1, what was your moment of the day?
I'm actually going to award it to the 2 in 2 from Rhianna McDonald-Gay. The second one, that delivery to Holly Armitage, who we've just been talking about how impressive she is as a captain of that Durham side and what a prolific batter she is. And Rhianna McDonald-Gay, she's made her way into that England side. She took that first wicket, the first LBW we'd seen today, and the next one to just take out middle stump. That was a bit of a nice one.
And we might have jumped the gun here with talking about Alice Capsey, but if it is Capsey, we can move on. If it isn't Capsey, who has been your player of the day?
Well, it probably would have been Capsey, but you know what? McDonald-Gay is right there yapping at her heels. I love a bowling player of the day. So you know what, Rhianna McDonald-Gay, she really made the difference to sort of break the shackles of that chase. You know, take out the big guns up the top, and then getting Susie Bates as well as her 3rd wicket, and then just round things off with the catch to finish things off. So I think a good day for her, especially in front of someone like Charlotte Edwards.
I think another thing that we should mention about McDonald-Gay is hers were the first wickets of the day where the bowler did the getting out, which I think you have... How did you refer to it on commentary? Can you remember?
I think she got the getting rather than being got out or getting. Yes, there was a lot of getting and gotting, but she got them instead of them getting themselves.
Exactly. Whereas all 6 of Surrey's wickets that they lost in their batting innings was through acts of aggression. No one got the Surrey players out. They were kind of on the front foot, forcing the issue. McDonald-Gay comes on to bowl. She strikes Marlowe on the pad, dead in front. It was so plumb. Then cleans up Armitage with a beautiful delivery that's just nipped in off the seam. Then it's kind of bounced out Susie Bates, who, I mean, World Cup winner, legend. Right, something that brought you joy.
This is a weird one, but actually it was something you said to me earlier when we were sat in the sunshine, which has been glorious. It was the excitement at everything that's going on around the grounds and how much we can now really get invested in the women's game and what's going on now that we've brought it into this tier 1 thing. And you were saying you find yourself sort of looking on play and looking up this and looking at scorecards all the time. And I think that's what, for me, has having been a women's cricket badger for a long time, when you're sort of having to dig for scorecards, it's the idea that it is just there and it's so accessible and there's all these matches going on all over at the time. And you sort of look on social media now, you see so much more about it, and it's the hype around the women's game now. I find that really exciting.
Couldn't agree more. Something to talk about.
Well, I think we already mentioned it once, but it's the fact that Charlotte Edwards was lurking, I think. But now all I can think of is her with a newspaper and a moustache and a hat, sort of hiding behind that, watching. But I think that's what I really like, is the idea that we already know that she's at these county games. You know, we mentioned it before that perhaps John Lewis wasn't seen so much at those regional games, the domestic stuff. But Charlotte Edwards, you know, she's not just got her set team that she's thinking about and watching. She's coming and she's seeing certain people performing in different ways, and she's got that time now to go and watch this county and go and see them and go and catch up with what's going on everywhere and actually see it in person. And I really like that from the off, that she's already exploring around the grounds and not just sticking with what she knows.
Perfect. And finally, Surrey are back here at Beckenham on Sunday playing Warwickshire. Why should those in the local or not local vicinity get themselves down here and be watching the stream?
It's a bank holiday weekend. The sun is going to be shining. Even if the sun wasn't shining, you can still get yourself. The bar is always inside anyway. And actually, it's exciting because Surrey then will be looking to try and make it 2 from 4. So, you know, 50%, that'll be happy days. So they're on a run now. Once you start, 1 is the beginning of a run. You've got to take that first step, and they're on it now. So come down on Sunday. Easy to get to. Beautiful ground. There's ice cream vans in the vicinity. I even hear the coffee at the train station is good. So you get yourself early, you bag yourself a coffee, you come on in, you get a good position, bring your dog, bring your nan. Oh. Bob's your uncle.
Well, it's a bonus point win here at Beckenham. I've been Cameron, Georgie's been Georgie. This has been Oval and Out.